Howdy, y'all. I want to talk about Bygone Dreams Prophecy. This was a demo that I played, and it was about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get through. I basically played the opening mission area and the first chapter of the game. This is an experience that's similar to a Zelda type. There's sort of dungeon area puzzles to solve. It reminded me a little bit of Immortals Phoenix Rising in a way too, just the way the game was played. And so far, it's not bad of an experience. It's not like transformative in any way. I'm not going like, oh wow, this game's amazing. But for what it is, it's fine so far. There's just nothing about it in particular that makes it stand out from the rest of the games that I played that are similar. And it's hard to say whether the experience is worth it or not up to this point. Having said that, I've enjoyed my time with it. It does alternate between combat and puzzles. I played on PC, it ran okay. I did a mix of keyboard and mouse and controller. And it worked well with the controller, although I was using a different set of buttons to attack that was kind of wonky, but it worked fine. You have an up-close melee attack, a weapon, and it seems like there's multiple weapons you'll be able to get further into the game. I managed to accumulate 2 weapons through my playthrough, and then I had one distance one, which was a bow and arrow. And the bow and arrow, you don't have to craft arrows or anything like that. It kind of uses this magic stamina meter, and how high that is shows how many arrows you can shoot. And there's stamina, magic, health, all these different bars. They have a nice quick selection with the D-pad that you can use to quickly drink a water or a magic potion, although it does take the character a second to do it, so if you do it at the wrong time, you could be interrupted from an enemy attack, so be careful on that. The puzzles themselves so far were okay. The main one I played was in this tower, and I had to maneuver these bridges around to get across. That was kind of the biggest one. And then there was another one that would be peppered throughout of me taking these orbs, and I would have to use the orb and put it into the slot to open a door. And then, you know, you come across another one and there'd be different colors of sorts, that kind of thing. And it was fine, you know, it was okay. The story itself is all right so far. You have this being that's kind of in your arm amulet, and there wasn't too much into it yet for me to know really what was going on. The opening area, it seemed like there was other stuff I could explore after a certain point. Like you can go through these portals and teleport yourself between different areas. And once I got through the initial area, I was still able to go back through the teleport back to that area later if I wanted. Having said that though, I didn't come across really a world map at this point. There was only a map for the area I was in. So if I did want to go back to that previous area, I had to walk all the way back to that portal and go through it to go back to where I was. The combat as well, you fight all these enemies. A lot of the enemies I fought were these kind of tree, bush beings. There was enough variety there, and the enemies would drop stuff that you can use. As you're going through the environment, you can, you know, collect branches or fruits or different sort of crafting items that you might need later on. I didn't use too much of the crafting system. It got introduced to me through the experience, but I didn't use it all that much, at least not at that point. But as I mentioned earlier, I got a new weapon, a melee weapon. It was kind of fun to switch to that and test things out. The voiceover is fine. It's serviceable, I would say. It's not the best I've heard, but it works. I've been playing a lot of games recently that don't have voiceover, so it's a nice change of pace for me. The main issue I have though, and I don't know how many other people have had this issue, is that the running in the game is a bit wonky. Whether I was using mouse or keyboard, when you would run, the whole camera would be shaking up and down, like a lot. I felt like I needed Dramamine to play this game at some points, because I wanted to be able to kind of run around from place to place. I do like moving to places quickly in game, so if I get an opportunity to run and have a decent stamina bar or none at all, it's great. but it was hindering my experience for this one. I rather walk from place to place and go a little slower than take this running motion and being the camera moving up and down constantly. It was a little bit much even for me, and I don't get motion sick, rarely if ever. I only played a small little portion of it. So keep that in mind. Just keep an eye out for people's experiences and reviews on this game from what they played and make your own decision based on that.